what do they call it? My undiagnosed schizophrenia that was manufactured by MK Ultra does not interfere with my work today. I have to wear my contacts. So the reason I got the video like that is because I have to get dressed now, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew I just took a fresh shower. So any mold spores from the hallway, I didn't bring them back in my apartment. I'm only dealing with what I already got in here. I have to refresh my cat's water, which one I'm going to do right now. She still has water, but it has a floaty, so we're going to get rid of that. And then you're going to get a fresh water. And due to the amount of waste from last time, I'll not fill it up as much. So my comments, I want to reply to some of the stuff that the last person, I'm not going to say his name because I believe that saying his name will make it so that someone will take that audio and use it in a video and try to make it seem like I am a racist harasser. No, I believe everybody has racism in them, and I believe that you have to get in touch with your racial biases. The only people who watch your pockets so tightly, like how that guy was watching and saying things like I'm on disability and stuff. I'm not on disability. I filed a workers' comp claim, and I'm 25% disabled, but I've been working my whole entire life. Since I was 15 years old, I've had jobs. I've had to use unemployment, but unemployment is not enough to survive. And my point that I'm making is anybody making less money than me, you're not going to. It's not designed for you to survive. I'm a test project. They're trying to see, I think it's a test project for universal income. They're trying to see the lowest amount of money that they could give people to survive. And I would have to say that's about $7,000 a month, no taxes. And then you'll be able to survive nicely without having to steal shit from people. Right? So if you're not making $7,000 a month, that makes a lot of sense as to why you're on my page wasting your time when you could be doing something else, like making money. Or maybe you do make money because the government sent you, because it is MK Ultra. Either way, anybody making less than $7,000 a month, you're going to have a hard ass time surviving unless you're already hip to these things like borax and vinegar. And if you're so fortunate as to receive public housing, don't fuck that shit up by talking bad about the mold in their buildings, right? Let me do it because I pay full rent. Don't fuck up your motherfucking, your state government, whatever it is, because you want to talk out against a system that's designed to defeat you. Let me do it. Hold on, let me get all my shit. All my clothes are in boxes because that's how I keep them mold free. So I gotta move some of this shit around and hope I don't get any spores up in my shit. Right, and then let's see, what are we gonna wear for today? I think we're gonna go on a bike ride tonight. Is it the last day of the month? I would like to go on a bike ride. And then yeah, all those comments were really funny. So I guess those are the rumors that people are spreading about me. And I know maybe one person, because I know someone who was really adamant about it when I was on unemployment. They were like, you collect unemployment. You're not supposed to do that. Like, bitch, what do you do when you don't have a job? You just sit there with no money? What are you doing? You don't have a job. He's a graffiti artist. He was a graffiti artist. So his unemployment wouldn't have been much because he was never really employed, you know? So, Scorn Lover maybe is who put me into this shit. Maybe. He mad I don't want to fuck around. I think that was a honeypot. I don't think he really liked me. I think he was designed to make me upset and angry. insult me, mentally abuse me, that type of shit, and I got away from him. So they had to employ the rest of the fucking world. Um, but he got walked out of my apartment one day for being rude, right? I was like, let's go outside. And then I walked back inside and left his ass outside. Because he wasn't as smart as the other people, you know? So. Right, but he was a great artist. He did the Where All the Wild Things Are on the side of the bike place. He's the guy who did that. If you know anything about Hollywood and Los Angeles, on Melrose Boulevard, right outside the bike shop, they changed the photo now. It's like an advertisement. But before it was an advertisement, he was able to put up a mural of where the wild things are. They're right here, bitch. I'm right here. And now that I've steadily distanced myself from him, they still keep trying to fuck with me. But even while I was dating him, I was still employed by a law firm. That was before shit got crazy. I was still gainfully employed for 6 years at a law firm. So, we could get to that later. But anyways, I've never been on disability. Short-term disability. But short-term disability is exactly what it says. It's short-term. It's not meant to last a long time. I have long-term disability insurance at just about every job that I work. That's the benefit of getting a regular-ass job. I think it's so funny that people think that I live here for free and I have other people pay for me. Is it because I said something about I have a sugar daddy financer pay for my fucking car? What I mean by that is the person is society. So the person who's paying for my car, well, it's not technically a person, it's a company. And that company is run up by somebody who's been in the news, you know, about this shit. Maybe not this shit directly, but so no, everything about my shit is privately funded, privately owned. Even if I work in a public sector, that's a private business. So no, you got me all the way fucked up. And whatchamacallit? Everything you say and do makes it worse for you, I believe. That's my opinion. I don't think it makes it worse for me because it really can't get much worse than this. Motherfucker, it's cleaner outside than inside. And I'm not a dirty person. And that's what the narrative. Everybody's spreading rumors. Ask these people how many people really know me. Check their facts. Where do they know me from? It's not many people. Right. I wore my shirt today, Marinello shirt. So if you know anybody who went to Marinello during the time I went to Marinello, they probably heard rumors about me too, but they have a better idea about who I am and they could tell you. And they probably got annoyed because of me. But when I went to Marinello, I was voted like, I spoke up for class. You know, I asked the questions like, why can't we do this? Why is this like this? And I just like, you make sure people get taken care of. People around you get their shit taken care of. So it's really funny. That's the nice part about not being on government assistance is you can say what you want and not worry about losing that shit. Right. If I'm being trafficked, there's still, talk about the GATE program and the bell curve. For me to know that 98 percentile is 130 IQ, that should tell you everything you need to know. That's confirmation, if you ask me. When I talk about Mensa, I used to read He Says Shakespeare. That was one of the books I used to carry around. Fucking Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And then I used to carry around a big old copy of War and Peace. I don't know if I ever made it all the way through War and Peace. That's when I got tired of reading. I'm gonna get your food in a second, kid. You don't need to fix the air conditioner. Maybe I'll finish War and Peace. The Art of War. Which one was it? Both of them. Oh. then, whew, it's hot out there. Shit. I'm just getting ready for work. I'm going to keep you on here all the way till I'm ready for work. Since you guys want to be a part of my life so bad. I think it's really funny when people come on and start commenting about how much money you make. That means they make less money than you. That's all that means. Because anybody making more money than you is not worried about how much money you make. So all the comments about you're on the government assistance, you are on government assistance, I'm almost willing to bet. Right? That's why they turned this building into a Section 8 building, is because they wanted you to think that. But if you look at the rate schedule before the building sold, it tells you exactly how much I was paying for rent. And it went up. And then they use this little service, con service. I think I'm the only one probably paying for that shit because everybody else is part of this fucking government subsidized shit. So while everybody else's trash is free, that's why the trash bin looks like that. I'm paying $30 a month for them to come take my shit out. Right? Isn't that funny? I love it when people come and try to talk shit to me. So if we just need to clear up some of the rumors. I think maybe you guys are trying to get me to post my paycheck so that you can then use that to further steal my identity. Maybe I will at some point because I don't care. Right? Wouldn't that make you feel better if you got another mark off your list? Try to get me to post my paycheck and shit? You already have access to that. If you guys already hacked all my emails and shit in the way that you guys talk about, you already got that shit. I probably didn't make as much money on the one that you got. So, and then miraculously, I got a refund from the government last month, which means that they wrote off the debt. I owe the government like $8,000 or $10,000. I owe the IRS $8,000 or $10,000, something like that. And for me to get a refund means that they wrote that shit off. Which means that somebody can then go ahead and steal my identity, right? That's what happens after that, no? So that would be like, let's say for instance, the people with the gurney. So like if they say that they file me as a dead person, they're going to collect all the care, or hospice, right? So they say, put me in a moldy situation, force me to disappear, and somebody goes on and then continues to use my shit for the hospice shit. That might be why that girl was standing at the door, because she thinks she's going to be the one to do it. Right? That's how much of a plan they got. Because they do seem really criminal, but they seem like their brain is going to get them with mugshots more so than money. Like the way that their shit's set up, it's set up for them to have their mugshots taken before they get any real money. So, like, imagine, if you ever met somebody who you think is lying about something, probably they are. They probably are. You should just ask them about it. So I appreciate the people who came on today to ask me about things. They didn't ask, though. They're trying to portray narrative, so they're like telling, like as if they're telling the audience about me. But they allowed me the chance to respond to their dumbass comments. Because I think they're going to make me angry. It's not angry. Now you know a little bit more about me. So if you didn't know me, now you know. If you didn't know me, now you know. That even with, so $7,000 a month after taxes is around $5,000. $5,000 after I pay my mom comes out to like just barely $3,000, $2,500, $3,000. And then, well, how much is it after that? That's not enough to live. You probably get more than that from government assistance, no? And if you don't, that's why you're looking at my fucking pockets. I gotta go get my acid lemonade juice so that I can make sure my bladder's good. Feed my kitty cat. She said she wants her bowl washed out. I'll be right back. I really enjoyed telling you. you guys about how much money I make because for anybody making less, it just goes to show you. Anybody making less and harassing you. Uh, that's why your life is shit. When you're making less and you're not harassing you, you have every potential to make more money because you're like working and you're not working. You are a personality that won't go on to make more money. But for the nasty dirties, you already fucked up your chance at working a regular ass job, probably got a prison record, right? So I go in on you to like, oh, you good. You got a felony or something that's preventing you from getting a regular ass job, you can't go work for no fucking corporation, you can't go do nothing because you probably stole something from a prior employer. You got you yourself got blackballed from the workforce, and now you work for the dark workforce where you have to spend money before you work for regular ass people. And that's who commenting on my shit probably knows my ex. Right? My ex used to work for Disney, and I don't know how he fucked that job up. But he did it. Right? Disney as a Disney artist or whatever, contract artist, plastic cup show, I think he used to work for them too. So like, it's funny, the more you guys fuck with me, the more I'm just gonna reveal the truth for you because that's what you're asking for, right? I don't know if you can hear me in here. Hold on. Isn't plastic cup so Nickelodeon? Oh my gosh, I'm putting together all the Epstein. And then with Amanda, not Amanda, shit. Amanda probably on there list too. I know she is. She's been part of the videos and shit. Amanda Bynes, motherfucking Hayden Panettiere. I didn't know she was a child actor like that. I just remember seeing her in Heroes. And well, this all connects everything back to society. So, if plastic cup, so yeah, every time you talk to me, I just realize more and more about you guys. If he worked for Disney and Plastic Cup, so and those are both companies that have been recognized as certain individuals, high up CEOs or whatever, having a part in this motherfucking funny shit. Don't you think it makes sense for it to be funny shit? Isn't it funny shit? What's the funny shit I think it is? Oh, we're doing big probiotics today. Probiotic with vitamin C. Daily probiotic. So if I can figure out who it is that put my name in this thing, wouldn't that be great? When you just stop caring, sometimes when you leave in, things might get a little bit worse in the beginning. They'll get better eventually. Just lean on in. So there's that. I got my snack ready. I got my snacks ready. So yeah. I don't know, like why people would want to just come out and tell somebody that they don't know that they're on government assistance or something. You don't know me. I sure nothing. Never mind. Right? Like I would be mad at me too if I seen all the shit that I have and I was on government assistance. I would be mad as a motherfucker at this bitch. Like, how does she go and buy all that shit? That's why you guys got all these people out watching everything that I do, because you guys think I'm using government money. I'm not. I'm paid by a private employer. And if you ask me, that should make you feel stupid for coming on my page and posting that shit. Or somebody is like needing me to clear up rumors. But I'm of the kind, I shouldn't even be telling you this shit. Because I don't feel the need to clear up rumors. If that's what you want to think about me, go ahead and be wrong. Because go ahead, bring that shit into court. Present that to the court, and then I'll present my factual information. Right? And then once I disprove all your information, you can see, the picture becomes very clear, and you can see why somebody would think that they could get away with this. Right? So I would love for them to present whatever information it is that they have. Right? So like identity theft, if somebody's doing that in my name, that's not me. That's why I gotta keep my shit on motherfucking, I'm not turning it on airplane mode. I am, if I ever turn it on airplane mode, it's because I found one of you guys stalking me. Like, for example, today, I had mentioned earlier that there was a guy on a skateboard who definitely tried to sync our paths up. I don't know you. You probably got a conviction for some kind of drug crime, and you're trying to make it look like I'm buying drugs off of you. I'm not. Oh, here we go with the every fucking time V2K. Okay, well, I gotta go because I'm starting work right now. I'm trying to be on time. I'm just a couple minutes late, 4 minutes late. But they said that's okay in the interview, because I did an interview because I got a job that's not fucking sitting at home, not doing shit. You know, you can work from home and still make money, you know? So have a great time talking shit on people's YouTubes.